Well, the Warrior football team will be hitting the field in less than 12 hours against the Pac-10's Oregon State. Beavers are 0-2 and scheduled the Warriors as their home opener. A team hungry for a W before starting conference play. Hawaii plays the underdog tomorrow and is also trying to establish something, and for starters, a win streak. Stealing a win with a come-from-behind victory over Weber State, Hawaii would love to steal its first road win of 08 in Corvallis tomorrow.
Their passing game is very sophisticated. Their running game, they just try, they're a power running team and a zone running team. So they do a good job. Mike Riley's been a great coach in his whole career. And scheme-wise, they're very tough and they're a very physical team.
Coach always emphasizes, it's better to practice with a win than a loss. Last week we kind of had to step it up a little bit. This week we got that, that confidence flowing with us. So we're ready for this game.
I see a lot of touchdown passes, and I just see us executing the offense like we know how to do. And I got a great set of receivers. My O-line trusts me, and I trust them. Obviously, they have a great defense, but I'm just going to stand in the pocket as long as I can, and let the receivers take care of the rest, run good routes, and I'll just give it to them.
Possibly a little payback maybe in order tomorrow. The Beavers are the last team to beat Hawaii in front of the Aloha Stadium crowd. That was all the way back in 2006. Warriors and Beavers kick off tomorrow morning at 10. And if you miss it, we'll have highlights for you tomorrow night. Finally,
Warrior football team now just 1 day away from kickoff against Oregon State in a non-conference showdown. Hawaii defense expected to have their hands full trying to shut down all Pac-10 wideout and return man Sammy Strouder. In 2008, 16 catches, 213 yards, and 2 touchdowns.
Strouder is outstanding, and he's, in my mind, he's a first-round draft pick, so I don't know if we'll play any better or not.
His freshman year, he's one of the All-American receivers. He's one of the top receivers. Last year, I think he was second team All Pac-10, so he's a great guy. He's not the biggest guy, but he's going to make a move, and he's going to try to beat you up top.
How's it going, everybody? The task will be tough, but the Warriors say they are ready as they'll be looking to send Oregon State to their first 0-3 start since 1996 tomorrow morning. Owen Robert Kikaula is on the road in the Pacific Northwest and tells us that UH running game will be at full strength.
Well, Rob, regarding running backs, at practice today where the Warriors worked out on the campus of the University of Oregon since they are out of town, Leon Wright-Jackson says the foot is okay. More importantly, Daniel Libre, I was talking to him in practice today about his high ankle sprain. He says pushing off, cutting, right now, it is not a problem, and he's anxious to get it going.
As far as confidence goes for this Hawaii football team, how confident are they that they can go up to a Pac-10 school and bring back a victory to Hawaii?
Well, I think their confidence started in the second half against Weber State, and it's carried over to here. Here in Eugene, Oregon, these guys are anxious to play. They're not expecting to play well or not expecting to just hang with the Beavers. They want to beat the Beavers, and you add to the mix of 16 local boys on that OSU roster, and everybody's getting jacked up.
Thanks a lot, Robert. We'll see you when you get back.
You got it.
Again, Warriors are 1-1. Beavers enter 0-2. OSU holds a 4-3 lead in this series. Kickoff set for tomorrow at 10 in the morning. Hawaii.
The man once known as Coach Cav on the Manoa campus is getting ready to challenge the Warriors up in Oregon tomorrow. Tonight, KGMB9's Liz Chun catches up with him in Corvallis.
When former UH offensive line coach Mike Cavanaugh left Hawaii to work at Oregon State, little did he know just how much it would mean to his wife Lori that the man in the office right next to his would end up saving her life.
Obviously the tradition continues.
Sending former Warriors to the NFL was a big part of Mike Cavanaugh's UH coaching career, and pictures of half a dozen of those offensive linemen are proudly on display in his office at Oregon State.
Do you still feel that connection to Hawaii? Do you still kind of keep track of the Warriors? It's just kind of something that's in you?
No doubt. Every day, I go on the internet, check out the newspapers and see what's going on.
Coach Cav also has personal reasons to be very loyal to the Beavers.
It's just a privilege to be here, and obviously, Danny Langsdorf and what he did for my wife, and he's our hero.
OSU's offensive coordinator is Laurie Kavanaugh's lifesaver. Danny Langsdorf donated his kidney to Laurie just over a year ago.
It was kind of a lottery ticket deal. It was a little bit surreal for me when the gal called and said I was a real good match, because she said, there's a lot of tests still.
Langsdorf went through 4 months of testing before doctors cleared him for the transplant. Laurie was suffering from polycystic kidney disease, and by the time of the surgery, her kidney function was down to 10%.
All these cysts, and they just grow. Normal kidneys this big, my kidneys were this big. They were 10 pounds each. So they were massive, and then it just interferes with your function.
Danny and Laurie were reunited a day after the transplant, and the two coaching families remain closer than ever.
We actually were better matches than some of our relatives, so I don't know if we're long lost brother and sister or something, but
well, now you're connected for life.
Yeah, no question. We'll have that bond forever.
Maintaining Laurie's health is now a matter of medicine, lots and lots of pills.
Last June, they just did a kidney biopsy, and there was no rejection. And my function's been perfect. We really feel like it was a divine intervention. We have a really strong faith.
Laurie's dad actually died of polycystic kidney disease, so it runs in the family. Of Laurie's 6 siblings, a brother and sister also needed kidney transplants. Luckily, like her, they were able to find matching donors and had successful surgery. Reporting from Corvallis, Oregon, Liz Chun, KGMB 9 News.
Thanks, everybody. The UH football team went through their first walkthrough this afternoon as they prepare to take on the Oregon State Beavers tomorrow morning. However, the Warriors did not practice at Reser Stadium. Instead, the coaching staff chose to hold a 45-minute-long closed practice at the University of Oregon Stadium in Eugene. Coach Mack says there's a good reason for not traveling to Corvallis for the practice. This field was closer, and after a long trip, he wants his players well rested for tomorrow. This will be the 8th meeting between Oregon State and UH, but it's the first time Hawaii will play in front of the 45,000 fans at OSU. The Beavers are searching for their first win of the season, and they'd like to get it in their first home game of the year. You can't touch timing and you can't control chemistry, but the UH football team must put those things together in time to take on Oregon State this Saturday.
Especially the receivers and me and the linemen. We just got a lot of rhythm, a lot of flow, and a lot of chemistry with those guys. It's like I could just tell by the look in their eyes that they trust me and they're going to protect me.
OSU is 0-2 so far, but don't let their record fool you. Wide receiver Sammy Strouder is one of the best in the country, and he's the go-to guy on the team, averaging 340 yards passing per game. That's 11th in the nation.
That's pure speed. He's just one of those deep threat guys. They like to get the ball to him a lot.
Tossing the rock will be Lyle Moivao. He's only 5'11", but his arm strength is immeasurable.
He's not a guy who's going to rush his passes. He's Polynesian boy, Samoan boy, so he's going to try to hit us in the mouth. We're going to try to hit him in the mouth, and we're just going to play downfield with him.
The game will also be a reunion with former UH offensive line coach Mike Cavanaugh, who left Hawaii for Oregon State in 2004.
Almost all of us, the starting 5, he recruited all of us, and then he left. You got to do what you got to do, but at the same time, I figure we're pissed off. We got a chip on our shoulder. We're going to go back over there and say what's up to Kev and his boys.
Mana Silva is very familiar with the surroundings at Reser Stadium. The sophomore safety redshirted his freshman year at OSU.
Yeah, at Oregon State, it's a little different from a little stadium. A little stadium, you got all the veterans with their headsets on, and over there you got a bunch of drunk kids and just a lot of supporting fans in the community. It's loud. No one's sitting down over there. They're always standing.